All right, welcome to a very different kind of video for this channel. But the fact of the matter is, we have a bunch of new X factors to go over, or rather, they've removed a few and then, yeah, mishmashed them together. Um, so we're going to go through from a goalie point of view, the goalie X factors, and then we're going to go over some of the offensive X factors as well that affects goalies and what we can expect. Because we are about a week, yeah, we're a week away from the early access starting. So I thought, okay, let's have a look at this. So if you go to EA.com and go to games and the NHL 26, and then you hop into features and X factors. You get here and then you click goalie X factors, right? So dialed in is the first one. So what dialed in does now is it increases your save accuracy and reaction time for every save you make in a row, and then the bonus resets um, after letting in a goal. So players with this X factor. Okay, let's see. So Connor Hellbuck and Dustin Wolf had this X factor. Okay, interesting, interesting. Um, and then yeah, so what it was doing before basically was you had to make 15 saves before the bonus would kick in. That's what it said in the description. However, I think this is actually what it's been doing because I've had a feeling that I was getting better saves even before 15 saves, even before that threshold. But it's all if you can perceive it and if you believe what you see. All right, let's move on to goalie X factor number two, which is post to post. So it says here, stretch post to post to make miraculous cross crease saves with increased speed and improved save accuracy while sliding. So that is the same as post to post in NHL 25. Here's the kicker though. Unlocks additional windmill reactions on one timer saves and eliminates reaction penalties on perfect one timers. So this is basically them saying, okay, we're going to put post to post, contortionist, and no timer and mush them together into one. Um, okay, players with this one is Igor Shesterkin, Thatcher Demko, and UC Saros. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Uh, let's go back to goalie X factors. Now this is a new one. It has the same icon as Energizer, but it is a new one. So it says fight through pressure by reducing pressure meter gain and fatigue lost on opposing shots, and by increasing energy recovery when the puck leaves the offensive zone. So when the puck leaves the offensive zone. Okay. So what I'm getting from this is basically this ability gives your goalie increased energy recovery when the puck leaves your zone, and uh, the pressure meter doesn't increase, and you don't lose as much fatigue when when the opposition takes a shot on you. I guess it depends on how strong this is. If this is very strong, then this could be like essential, but I don't think it will be that strong, to be honest. That's we'll have to see when we get our hands on the game. But we have three goalies that all have this X factor: Ilya Sorokin, Jordan Binnington, and Logan Thompson. All right. And then if we hop back to goalie X factors and we go to Showstopper. Now this is a we had this one in the game before, but only as a silver perk, and it does a little bit different things in this new version. So it says utilize cat-like reflexes with increased save accuracy and readiness when performing reflex saves and consecutive saves. Increased ability to see through screens and react to deflections. So in my mind, this is basically a mishmash of Showstopper that we had before. Actually, no, it's not. Showstopper had to do with your with your stamina bar. So this is a whole new, like the same name, but a whole new description. So increase save accuracy and readiness when performing reflex saves and consecutive saves. So if you have a 1, 2, 3 saves in a row right after the other, you have increased save accuracy and readiness, and then it's basically also X-ray and tip jar smashed into it with increased ability to see through screens and react to deflections. I think this one will be one of the essential, like you need this X factor to be good. Um, that's what I think. We'll see which players have this ability. So you have Andrei Vasilevsky, Sergei Bobrovsky, okay, Jacob Markstrom, and Jeremy Swayman. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Um, let's go back. And the last one is Sponge. Now, Sponge basically what it did before was it gives you increased ability to save shots and absorb shots and limit, better rebounds to the corners, supposedly. Um, and then this one it says absorb shots and limit rebound opportunities with an increased ability to acquire the puck on saves and jump on pucks quicker with faster recovery speeds. Right. So this is pretty much the same, but here's the kicker. Unlocks additional windmill reactions and eliminates the goalie reactions when hit from shots up high. Okay. So it takes away the bad things from when you get a shot up high on you. Interesting. I don't know exactly what that means, but here we have those who have Sponge as an X Factor, Jake Ottinger, Linus Olmark, and Mackenzie Blackwood. Okay. And then obviously for each of these 5 goalie X Factors, you have tiers. So um, let's see. Can we go to all? Okay. Can we see what the tiers do? Let's see. Features, all features. X Factors. Learn more. Okay, so here are all the X Factors, but do we have an explanation of what the tiers are? I don't think we do. So specialist and then doesn't say anything. But yeah, we have specialist, all-star, and elite. So these are 3 tiers. This is the normal one. This is a step up, and then this is the highest effect you get. So yeah. So for my picks, if I were to pick three X factors, I would put post to post, dialed in, and showstopper. Um, I think, but it does depend how strong dialed in is. It does depend on how strong Sponge is. Sponge might be actually very, very good. We'll have to see when we get the hands on the game. It could be a toss up, honestly, but I think post to post will be an essential. And then the other two will be, flavor, frame, like up to you to choose. But post to post will most likely. And post to post is also, according to EA, post to post is one of the top 5 most impactful X factors. So we'll take a look at the offensive X factors and see here. So backhand beauty, for example, is supposedly from what I've heard, it's pretty broken. Catch opposing. Sorry about that. Catch opposing players and goalies off guard with increased backhand shot power and accuracy. Additionally, backhand passes are as accurate and powerful as forehand passes. Yeah, this is on the trailer. You saw Crosby making a backhand shot into the top corner on the short side from like how many meters out? It was crazy. I hope that happens like once in a while, but not all the time, because that's just gonna be so fucking broken, man. Like that's that's not good. That is not good. So Leon Draisaitl, Alexander Barkov, Sidney Crosby, and Patrick Kane have this ability. Okay. Um. let's go back. I think there's another one that affects goalies. I don't think it's Big Rig. Big Tipper. Big Tipper is basically now the old Big Tipper mashed with Eclipse. So create chaos in front of the net by taking away the goalie's eyes, influencing their readiness, right? So less readiness. Find and redirect the puck easier with increased accuracy on deflections and additional longer ranged animations. Unlocks deflections with increased range. Now this is scary as you know, from the perspective of EASHL, this is going to be even more broken than the Big Tipper was in NHL 25, I think. But yeah, so Sidney Crosby, Matthew Tkachuk, Sam Reinhart, Sebastian Aho, Matt Duchene, John Tavares, Seth Jarvis, Zach Hyman, Connor McMichael, Wyatt Johnston, Gabriel Landeskog, Jake DeBrusk, Pavel Buchnevich, Tyler Toffoli, Anders Lee, Chris Kreider, Pavel Saka, and Tyler Bertuzzi have this X Factor. Okay. We can remove that and go back here. Let's go back here. So I think, yeah, so 1T, basically the same thing. It's increased 1T shot power and accuracy, allowed to be an additional skill-based one-timer target when open, right? So this is a key, right? Normally there's only one who can be like one with the little animation underneath you, where you can get a skill-based one-timer. Normally there can only be one per team that gets that buff. But with this, basically you can have two open targets at the same time with the skill-based 1T. So we got David Pastrnak, Mikko Rantanen, Alex Ovechkin, Tage Thompson, Evan Bouchard, Cole Caulfield, Shane Gostisbehere, Brock Besser, Steven Stamkos, Tyler Seguin, Patrick Laine, and Kyle Palmieri all have this. I don't know. I don't know if I. I don't know if I like that you can be like 83 overall and have an X Factor. Like, I guess it depends on what your actual like skill. I don't know. That's for offline, so it's not as impactful for me. But let's go back here to offensive X factors. We also have, and this is a big one, quick release. Now this is basically make it snappy, close quarters, snipe, and Heat Seeker all in one. So get shots off lightning quick with an extra fast shot release. Decrease goalie's readiness on both snapshots and wrist shots. That is broken as, you know what? That's going to be so broken. So broken. Nathan McKinnon, Leon Draisaitl, Nikita Kucherov, Cale Makar, David Pastrnak, Austin Matthews, Kirill Kaprizov, Mikko Rantanen, Artemi Panarin, William Nylander, Kyle Connor, Mike Scheifele, Matthew Boldy, Jake Gensel, Lucas Raymond, Philip Forsberg, Jason Robertson, Kirill Marchenko, Adrian Kempe, Nikolai Ehlers, Alex DeBrincat, Magnus Celebrini, Connor Bedard, Matvei Michkov, Alexei Protas. There's a long fucking list of all of them who have this. Okay, interesting. Yeah, that's gonna be so broken. That is going to be so broken. Okay, let's go back. What else do we have? We have Rocket, which is basically the same as quick release except for slap shots instead. So slap shots create large rebounds and can cause the goalie to react when hit up high, with increases to slap shot accuracy and power. So if we go back, if we get a different tab here, goalie to react when hit up high. This here. We had that in one of our goalie X factors, right? Sponge. Eliminates goalie reactions when hit from shots up high. So you kind of have to use Sponge if your opposition uses Rocket to negate that part, to negate this part of large rebounds and stuff. So that depends. If Rocket becomes a regularly used X Factor for the skaters, then Sponge becomes more effective. And there's probably a bunch of them who has Rocket. Gustav Forsling is okay, interesting. Gustav Forsling, Evan Bouchard, John Carlson, Dougie Hamilton, Aaron Ekblad. Both what? Both Gustav Forsling and Aaron Ekblad have Rocket. Oh my gosh. Okay. Brandon Montour, Jake Wallman, Neil Pionk. Also Seth Jones have it. Okay. Ryan Pollock and Philip Bronick. Okay. Yeah. I mean, 3 of the top 4 on the defense of Florida Panthers have this X factor. That is crazy. Yeah. And that is why I use custom rosters, because that is not ideal. Okay, let's remove this. Let's go back to Rocket. Let's go back to, what did we have? We had, yeah, so that was the last one. So the other ones, I think, is also, I don't think pressure and big rig have as much impact on the goalie. Let me see here. No. One-handed shots. But yeah, no, it doesn't really have that much effect on us. So let's go to playmaker, because this is going to be so elite edges is back, right? So that is going to be a concern. Not directly for goalies, but literally for everyone. Shake off opponents with explosive edge work with increased acceleration and agility while performing tight turns and sharp direction changes. So that is going to be broken, very broken. Same as last year when they took it out. Wheels is now an X factor. Turn on the jets and blow past opponents after hitting top speed with increased speed and acceleration. So, yeah. But yeah, I think that is it. There are some defensive X factors, but none of them obviously none of them affect goalies. So that is, you can go here on your own and look at all the X factors and stuff and figure out what's the best combination for your play style and your position. For me, as a goalie, post to post, dialed in, or post to post showstopper, and then sponge if I have someone with rocket against me. So I'm actually probably going to make different combinations, like the same attributes, and then I have different loadouts with different combination of these, so that I can adapt to whatever, like when you load into the game, and see the other team's X factors, then I will switch if I feel I need to, because yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna do it. But my main loadout will probably be post to post, dialed in, and showstopper at this point. But I think recharge and sponge are also useful. Maybe more sponge than recharge, but it could have its niche uses. I think it's good that they streamlined the X factors a bit, and gave us tiers instead of how powerful it is. It makes a bit more sense than all the unusable ones, all the useless ones they had before. Well, we still have them in NHL 25, but yeah. So this was an overview of that. Now I have here, if you go to the description, if you go to the description of this video, you will have a Discord link. Now you can join my Discord called Goalie Academy. We're a bunch of goalies in here, and here I have made a thread. I've made an NHL 26 chat, and then I've made a thread breaking all of this down and comparing it to what it did, and then what it does now, and all of that. So you have a breakdown here, and then X factors for skaters, which affect goalie's ability, big tipper, pressure. Well, I forgot to mention pressure actually. Let's go back. Let's go back and mention pressure. So pressure plus build up momentum with shots to generate bonus pressure on every save. So basically, if one of your opposition players have this, for every shot they take that you save, they gain bonus pressure on the pressure meter, to where they have full pressure much quicker, right? So it does affect you indirectly, I would say. So it's still a relevant X factor to know of. But yeah, as I was saying, go to the link below if you want to join our Discord. We have plenty of stuff here. We can talk about different things and discuss and share builds and whatnot for NHL 26. And yeah, this is my breakdown of it, and comparing what they did before and what it is now and all that stuff. So keep a look there, and I'll see you again in another video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this video brought some value to you, and I will see you again soon. Bye for now.